Yeah, man, I'm just came from the gym hitting the weights, so I'm just going.
Nice. You're not even letting quarantine and this corona stopping you from working out, huh?
Hell no, I messed the bag up. I'm trying to get it back.
There you go. You trying to increase your skill. You're trying to get back in that ring, huh?
Nah,
As soon
man,
as possible.
man, this thing, man, is it's depressing, but you can't. Everybody going through something much worse. You know what I'm
Mm,
trying to say? So, man, you gotta hold your head up high and just keep moving, man. You can't be out here being depressed, man. People dying, man. So, my
yeah.
situation sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. How's the family overall? Your kids, they're safe and well. They're healthy.
Yeah,
George's.
everybody good, man. Everybody good, man. I can't complain. My son good, mom good. My uncle was in the hospital. He came out, but I lost a couple of my homeboys. But
Man, sorry about that, bro. Yeah.
yeah, man. It's one of them things, brother. One of those things.
I feel you, man. This is gonna be a big year for you, man. You're gonna fight on ESPN. I wanted to start off by saying, I know you fought in different networks, but I know you haven't fought in ESPN like ESPN Plus or ESPN like main event or anything. But what are your expectations at the moment working with ESPN and Top Rank, and in contrast to like when you was with Showtime, HBO, DAZN?
I think more publicity. You know what I mean? We're gonna set the record straight as fights go on. They're gonna understand that what happened was a mistake, and we're gonna do. We're gonna be better. Be a better fighter. Just dealing with controversy well. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fighter. I'm a human being, but at the same time, a warrior. I never hide behind nobody and no hide behind nothing. So we very animated with Bill about that, with Aaron about that, and everybody is leveled off as a human being. We said we're gonna get back to work and we're gonna set it straight. Tyson Fury came back. We got other fighters that came back. So the main thing is going in the ring and prove people wrong. That's the number one factor.
Okay. I don't know if you overheard. There was an article. There was in the news talking about how the state of Florida. You know how Top Rank with Fury had a deal with WWE. They're talking about using the Performance Center for WWE as a way to have boxing fights over there with no audience. The state of Florida is kind of looking like it's going to go in that direction. Are you down with that?
Oh
Fight in
yeah, hell
Florida?
yeah.
Okay.
I need to punch somebody in the face like right now. You know.
Mm,
Like I'm super amped right now, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I was just about in top shape. I was to be on the undercard for the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder Part 2. It was a co-main event for that, but because with this bad business decision by Dimitri Slita and his team, that fight never did come to place at the time. So we're looking at May 30th again. I think
mm.
Lomachenko undercard, but of course we got the Corona outbreak. So we're looking at the next best option, and I know the team is working and we're just looking for that.
There you go. Do you think it's beneficial, or does it hurt fighters when they don't have their fan base supporting them in the ring when you guys are going at it, like you and the opponent and whatnot?
Yeah, I think it definitely can hurt. I think it definitely hurts a little bit. But I said before, with social media and with TV networks and stuff like that, you can definitely see fighters. You can definitely see people. So I feel like with technology today, it helps bridge that gap. So
Mm,
it's not too much of a problem. But pay-per-view points, people still gonna tune in.
mm. Do you think like in other words, right? Because sometimes I've seen fights where judging, or maybe when we're looking at TV, that the fans play an impact on decision. If it goes 12 rounds or whatnot. Do you feel like that will kind of eliminate that aspect where like when we watch it on TV, right? It's you and the opponent, no noise. We can actually see which one was a clean punch and which one was a punch that, let's say, you just blocked, you slipped, and all that.
I mean, anytime when there's noise, there's always outside confrontation with people talking and yelling. But I don't feel like a lot of that noise when oohs in the eyes is going to be taken away right now. So if you land a good punch and you run it back, you're going to see who landed a really good punch.
There you go. More than ever, do you feel like moving forward, everything has to be on like free primetime television just to get the fans hooked on and getting excited about boxing again, even though with this delay?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to happen sooner or later. But I mean, with getting something on TV, getting something showed instead of just waiting around, I think that's great. I think it's great for the fans, great for the people.
Okay, okay. In heavyweight division, last couple of years it's been really like dry. You know what I mean? Now with the, yourself, Deontay Wilder, Fury,
Mm.
Dillian White, like everybody doing the trash talking. But I think everybody could agree that when you're trash talking and the way you promote fights is like in another level. So I'm gonna give you some names, and you tell me what you think about them in terms of talking trash, how they would deal against you. So number one, I'll give you Dillian White. What do you think about his trash talking skills?
His protector's all right, but
Is
it
all
ain't
right?
a big baby. You know what I mean? He's like a catfish stuck in a barrel. He ain't go but so far.
Joseph Parker.
Just Parker's too nice of a guy, man. He don't talk trash, man. The Kiwi from down under, he chilling.
Andy Ruiz.
My Mexican burrito brother, man. He's a nice guy too. He's not really much of a trash talker, man. Real humble, real nice guy. You know, he keep it simple, man. He does his talking in the ring, you know.
Derek Chisora.
Man, I will break that British boy in half, man. Turn him into crumpets and tea and let him soak in the sun.
Deontay Wilder.
The Alabama barbecue sauce, that dry turkey job excuse bacon sucker. He ain't got nothing on nobody. That boy just talks smack. He talks so much smack, you start believing the bullshit.
AJ. Joshua.
Man, a fraud. The cover up. AKA, we call him doodle in the sun, dry raisin under the mat. That's the side on the grass. That boy ain't got nothing on me, man. I ain't worried about that.
Tyson Fury.
The only one I might be able to compete with me on trash talking, but I still beat that linky skin giraffe boy. Turn that one to a squeezed orange juice.
I wanted to get your reaction with Shannon Briggs and fighting in the Bare-knuckle Fighting Championship. What do you think about it? You think that's a good move for him?
I mean, Shannon loves to fight. You know what I mean? So any chance he can get to fight, power to him. You know, he's more mature now. So if his body feels up to it, he's up to the challenge and game on. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So,
yeah, is that something you would like to do down the road?
Nah, I'm not really into no bare knuckle stuff. You know what I mean? That's not. I had enough bare knuckle fights in the streets trying to survive. I'm good.
There you go. In regards let's put yourself in the perspective of a fight fan, right? You know, there's arguments between when fans should demand trilogies and when a trilogy is needed based on a competitive standpoint, right? Based on Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, like it was said, like being said, right? It was an exciting fight. But for you, do you think it's something that fans should demand? And was it competitive enough where it should be demanded for a trilogy?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I think I definitely deserve a third fight. Deontay won the first one. You know, it was close. Everybody thought Tyson could have won the first one. No doubt on the second one. So the third one can shut it down. You know what I mean? Winner takes all. Move on to the next thing. You know, so we just waiting. You know, we back to training. We just waiting for whoever comes next and across the table.
There you go. Could there be like improvements made in regards to that? Like for Deontay Wilder coming to the third fight?
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? He's been winning with the same BS, you know, his whole career. You know, he's a one-shot hitter, you know. So finally when you see that, you're not going to be able to change too much in such a short period of time. So it's one of those things, man. It is what it is at this point.
There were many speculations about, like, for example, right, the two current champions are from the England. It's never heard before, never done before. Two domestic fight, like a domestic fight done in the UK would be massive numbers between Joshua Fury. As a fighter, if you was Deontay Wilder advising him, they say to you, hey, listen, we'll give you $25 million just to step aside, let them fight, and you got winner after. Should he go that route, or as a fighter, you would never want to do it? But hell no, I'm getting my rematch. Let me get it back, and then I'll fight for the
if they're gonna offer me $25 million just to step aside, just not do nothing, then you take it. You still got next. So I'm trying to say, you got to put in your contract. There's no rematch between them. I don't care who win, lose, or draw. You gonna give me I'm fighting next. So if they're gonna throw free money at me, $25 million, I ain't gotta take no punch. Then fine, I take it. I'm gonna sit down. Then boom, as soon as that fight's over, you get right back in it. That's how much he got for his fight against Tyson Fury, was about that amount. So now you get a fight. You know, when you get to a certain point in your career, it's about making smart moves, right? So why not? Sitting down, take the money, boom. I got next. Once you got next and it's in your contract, people got to be right, and so be it. That's why I was kind of sad to how, you know, Andy didn't get his third fight. Even though his performance wasn't the best, he actually beat up AJ the first fight. He beat him up. You know, he embarrassed him. The second fight, Andy didn't really show up, but I don't feel like he was embarrassed the way AJ was. But they kind of took that win and ran with it. So I'm trying to say, so I think Andy still deserves a third chance, to tell you the truth. You know.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you. I had a great talk with Jeff Mayweather. Like I said, condolences to the Mayweather family. A lot of things going through with them right now. I talked about, because you know his nephew is, you know, Floyd Mayweather and whatnot, right? He has the pay-per-view numbers and whatnot, and I asked him from a standpoint, right? We know, like I said, I just said before, Fury AJ is the biggest fight that could be done in the UK, massive, right? Sellout. I asked him in terms of competing, let's say, in a global standpoint, right? Mayweather, Pacquiao, Mayweather, McGregor, Canelo Mayweather, or, you know, whatever, De La Hoya, Pacquiao. I told him, Joshua Fury compete with any of those? He said it does. It does compete with Mayweather, McGregor, and Mayweather Pacquiao. He said he thinks that fight does compete with them
Yeah, I
on
think
pay
it's
per
both
view.
good. I mean, I think they've both been built up to a certain point now where their reputation can't make that kind of noise. That's what I'm trying to say, especially in the UK. So, more power to them. I think it definitely can happen if they can both stay undefeated. You know what I mean? We've seen the kinks in both their armors, but Tyson Fury seems a lot more durable than AJ. You know what I mean? So he acts better under pressure too. You know what I mean? Tyson's the kind of person where you can kind of see he doesn't smell his own shit. You know what I mean? Like he knows what he needs to improve on. He knows what he wants to do. Where AJ on the side, he gets glorified for doing something that is typically kind of easy in some ways, and he kind of feels like, okay, I can do this to everybody, and it's impossible. He's not gonna be able to run from everybody the way he did from Andy. Impossible.
There you go. In terms of when things get better, right? Do you feel like I mentioned? I mean, I don't want to say make it a Hearn situation, but Hearn was mentioning that during this time it's got to be more domestic fighters going at it with each other again, rather than like you going against somebody from Argentina or England and whatnot. So you think that's going to be the route moving forward for a little bit during this time?
I mean, he's just doing that because because Tyson has the belt. So he's trying to. You understand? He's a good words manipulator in words. So he's gonna try and say, okay, we gotta make more domestic fights. That wasn't the case all of last year. You know what I mean? If Tyson would have lost, he'd have been aiming for Deontay. You know what I mean? Not domestic fights. So he's trying to put that out there. He's trying to get the fans warm up to that. If it's gonna happen, but at the same time, Tyson got unfinished business. That's part of the game. So I'm trying to say. So Deontay and their team wanted the AJ fight for a long time. You know what I mean? And come to find out, the whole Eddie Hearn team didn't really want the Deontay Wilder fight. So it is what it is.
I just seen a little bit of the clip. I heard something about a casket. AJ, can you elaborate a little bit on that? I think you said.
No, they were asking me what I'd done to AJ if I'd have fought him. So I put him in the casket. Casket, man. People can talk all the negative crap they want to talk, regardless of what happened. Like I said before, people can talk for me and narrate the story, but they don't come to the source. Like I said, I was gonna put him in a body bag, point blank, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only reason I've been quiet is because I'm doing my own personal issues that I got to deal with, and now we getting back to strictly boxing. You know what I mean? We got to fight. We got to adjustments on the team, and we 100% focus on boxing. But I'm not gonna make hard times humble me. Sometimes I'm not gonna sit here and scratch my hand and cry. I did that shit when the whole news came out. I had to deal with that shit. I went back to the doctors and had to talk and did all that crap. Now I'm back to me. I'm back to being a goon. Anybody in my way I'm running down on you, I'm slapping the crap out of you. Point
there you go. You made a great point about people getting the information, and like me, I reached out to you and I understood that you didn't want to talk at the time because going through that it sucks. You feel me? Like people saying this about you. So like I said, bro, I know. Like I gave you your time. I was like, yo, listen, we gonna talk about it when it's time to talk. And I said like, I know you on a personal level, we cool, we're friends, So I was like, let me talk to him as a man. If you did it, like I said, we're all humans. And like I said, we're moving forward. Like I said, you got big plans coming up. I was going to tell you about, you think Dillian White's finally going to get his title shot? What is it now, like 800 days now?
I don't know what it is, man, because, he was, like I said, I like Jonathan. I like Dylan to a point, but then, a lot of people asking about his B samples and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, listen, man, everybody got their way of going around things. So I'm trying to say, Canelo was the meat and Billy Joe Saunders was something else. Everybody way going around certain things, right? Their whole thing is not even talking about it. So WBC's like they're doing their own investigation on him now about the whole B sample thing. So who knows when that's gonna happen? So I'm trying to say, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So my thing, I confronted the deal with my shit. Now I'm out the way. Now I'm once I fight, I'm back in the standings again. You know what I mean? So sometimes running from things don't get shit done. Sometimes you got to deal with it head on like a man, and then suck it up. It is what it is. But like I said, man, even in some way, I tell people too that where I come from, even the truth don't set you free. I mean, the truth will get you killed. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to live with the truth. And sometimes
I feel you, man.
I mean, they feel like if he come out and say the truth, nigga, that's gonna get him killed. So everybody different.
Yeah, you go. I read too something. A former heavyweight champion in England talking about coming out of retirement. He said David Haye was saying that he'll be willing to come out of retirement to face the winner of AJ Fury. Your thoughts on David Haye saying he might come out of retirement? Is he serious? And why not fight Big Baby? David Haye.
He need to sit his old ass down right now. I like David, but he need to go sit his ass down right now. Ain't nobody want to see that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Vasco, he kids on Klitschko twice and all a bunch of crap. So we don't know about all that, man. But and if he do, he gonna have to fight somebody in the top 10 before he get a title shot. His
I
name
feel you.
not big enough for him to come right back and get a title shot.
I feel you. In regards to like AJ Pulo, that's supposed to be the first big heavyweight fight after all this is done, right? You give Pulo a good chance to beat him, or you think
I mean,
AJ?
heavyweight got a good, especially with
Okay.
AJ. You know, we all see he's been hit by different guys in multiple fights where he's been hurt and wobbled. You know what I mean? And Pulev can crack. He's not a great mover. He doesn't move his head that great. You know what I mean? So it all depends. You know, fight styles and fights make fights.
Your impression on Usyk, heavyweight? I know he had one fight against Spong, I think. No, was it Tyrone Spong? No, it was another guy. Weatherspoon. Yeah.
Yeah, he fought Tim Witherspoon, and he hasn't fought in like 5 or 6 years. It was an okay fight, you know what I mean? He fought against an older guy. The guy got his was whooping his behind a little bit, you know, getting to work, and the guy been in the ring for five years. So he fought a real top heavyweight contender, man. He might get his feelings hurt.
You know, talking about just planning for the future moving forward, you know, in a perfect world, Jarrell Big Baby's perfect world, how do you map out, you know, maybe the remaining of this year leading up to 2021 in terms of fights or plans or you know, just overall?
I mean, the main thing, man, we just get as many fights as we can. Man, maybe a Carlos Takam or Robert Helenius. We get in there with Derek Chisora or Dylan White, or even right to a title shot right after the first fight I come back. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of different avenues that ESPN and team we're talking about. The main thing is having these guys available that really want to fight. 'Cause a lot of guys talk about they want to fight, but don't really want to fight. They'll go on social media and talk crap, but when you call their bell, they want an outrageous amount of money, and they ain't got no name. So. When they come to me, man, I tell you straight up, man. I fight everybody, anybody.
There you go. There you go. As many people know, right? You're from Belize and you're also Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz is Mexican, man. And I think Andy owes you a fight, man. He owes you a percentage, man. You guys got to go at it. You guys got to go at it, dog.
Listen, man. Listen, man. You know, I'm not going to sit here and bash Andy. You know what I mean? Andy had an opportunity. He took it. He ran with it. He made the best of it. And when that time comes, man, when we see each other, we see each other. You know what I mean? And until that, like I said before, there's certain people I talk shit about because I just don't like them. You know what I mean? And you're in my way anyway. You know, Andy Ruiz is not directly in my way right now, and we cool. You know what I mean? It's just the top guys at level. Even Tyson Fury, me and him are cool, but if he got the belt when I really get back in my position, I'm coming for your neck too. And that's just the boss's business. That's his boxing game.
Yeah.
But nah, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Eddie, man. Eddie's a homie, man.
There you go. Even now, he was making some news. During quarantine, he confirmed it. Sorry, I don't want to speculate. He did confirm it, and that about him training with Canelo's coach Eddy Reynoso. But previously, he was gonna actually be training close to home in not Staten Island, but just in New York with Teddy Atlas. So first, what was your thoughts about that, and how do you think they would have been working cohesive? Like, did you like that idea originally with Andy Ruiz and Teddy Atlas?
No, I think his style would be better off with the Canelo Team.
Eddy Reynoso, okay.
Yeah, at one point too, I was thinking about working with the Canelo Team too for a little while in California. And but that's before I had met with my trainer down with Sosa. You know what I mean? And then me and Sosa, man, we just family roots is very similar, and we were like a big family unit. It's been like 5-6 years now, and it works. It works. It works, man. I know I've been to so many heavyweight training camps and been on so many heavyweight fighters. A lot of these heavyweights don't work hard, man. They work ethic might look good on camera, but they condition it. A lot of the stuff that they do just don't add up. You know what I mean? So I like the way that me and my trainer train. He trains me like a middleweight. You know what I mean? I do rounds on top of rounds, and I don't get tired. I don't get tired, man. That's how it is.
We've seen a little bit of it for Colbert's open media workout. You was there before. You was boom, 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 boom. I was okay.
Yeah. It's gonna get better, man. Like I said before, man. It's in life, everybody gonna go through something, man. We all gonna go through shit. Life gonna kick you down. Gonna try to hold you down, man. You gotta get up in this fight, man, and just deal with it. And like I said, man, every great story has a middle of it where the character or the superhero go through something. And this is what it is, man. I ain't no superhero. You know what I mean? But I'll be the best goddamn villain you ever seen in your gut. You don't want to see the fight. Like I said, so once I get this one fight out the way, and all the drug tests, everything is in proper position, we do everything the right way, and get the first fight out the way, we shut everybody up in their big mouth. I'm gonna dump some cold water on Eddie Hearn head, and I'm gonna smack AJ in the mouth.
One of the best things about quarantine that's ever happened to just Instagram is just kind of looking at the future of boxing, but also trying to appreciate the history of boxing and looking at previous fights on ESPN and all these other platforms. For you, Big Baby, I don't know if anybody asked you this, but in a if you was to collide with another fighter from another generation, which one is the fight that you said I want to fight that guy if it was in a fantasy matchup for you personally?
I think my two would be Jack Johnson and Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Just because those are my idols. You know what I mean? So, Ali would have been great too, but those are the guys that motivated me to be a fighter. So I think it would be honor to step in the ring with those two dudes. Jack Johnson and Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? So,
do you feel like the terms of the talents and the personalities of let's say for example the 2020 class of heavyweights like yourself and all the other names I mentioned before would dominate the heavyweights from like the early 2000s to 2010 champ?
Say it one more time, sorry, brother.
So basically, I'm saying, do you think based on the talent that you guys are right now, the current heavyweights that are talented, the top 10, right? Do you think they would compete or dominate the heavyweights from the early 2000s to 2010?
Dominate? I don't know about dominate, but definitely be competitive. You know what I mean? Style-made fights. Guys are a lot bigger. I think some heavyweights even better conditioned. Like me, I seen a lot of heavyweights that wasn't going 12 rounds and wasn't really doing the amount of punches as some guys throwing out. So it all depends. I think styles-made fights. Would Deontay be on top of the heavyweight championship long? No, I definitely doubt it. But it would be competitive at some point. I think here and there. So yeah, man. I think like I said, style-made fights. You never know what can happen.
There you go. What do you mean? What do you think about the career path of the winner and for the loser between Joy Joyce and Daniel Dubois?
They're both kind of stiff, so it's kind of weird. They don't really have good movement. But Dubois is younger, and he likes to fight fire with fire, and he has a good good side of right hand. So I'm kind of leaning towards Dubois in this fight a little bit. But anything can still happen. Anything can happen. Like boxing style made fights.
I feel you. Did you have a chance to watch that new documentary, The Last Dance, with the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan?
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
You get a chance, watch it, and I'm gonna tell you something, right? I told Jamel actually about this. Me and Jamel Herring, we did an interview. We started this,
okay.
So we was watching it together, and you know how sometimes the fans and whatever haters and whatnot, they start criticizing fighters if they had a bad performance or the one little thing is like a big he's not even that good, and I realized it by Michael Jordan, right? I was born in '95, so I didn't get to witness his greatness and his peak. I witnessed it more like when he was with the Wizards, 2002, 2003. That's the only recollection I have of seeing him. I'm thinking about, I said this with Jamel. Jamel agreed with me. We had a little, on a debate. So I told him, Michael Jordan kind of reminds me of Clarissa Shields of women's boxing. And I know people are going to be like, how would you say that? She's only like 2 years, 3 years in the game. But what she's doing in such an amount of time, same as Michael Jordan. When he entered the league, he was doing great numbers, winning awards left and right. And what I was telling fans is, you guys are coming at her now, depending on what, she had a little issues here and there. But when she's no longer fighting, then you guys are going to be like, oh, man, like we missed her.
Yeah. They did with Ali for a little bit.
Yeah.
They do with any fighter that has controversy around them, they're going to try and throw the stick at. You got to be perfectly clean cut the whole entire time.
Yeah.
The minute you mess up, they're going to throw shit at you. And you got to have an amazing publicist to try and change the story to alter the history. I'm trying to say so. And if you watch it, very, very few people come out of it on the top. Because some of the media, the people crush them because the same fans that adore you end up spitting on you. You know what I mean? And talking shit. So some people are not used to that because you're so used to being idolized by media and fans. The minute they hit some adversity, they lose it. And I know there's only one boxer that I see like that right now, but some of the top guys in the game have been through some shit. Domestic violence, banned substances, whatever it is, been through shit and beat it. You know what I mean? Got through it. So I think every fighter's going to go through something at one point. It's how you deal with it as a human being in and outside the ring, and then go back in the ring and doing your job. That's the main important thing. You're only as good as your last performance. So I ain't get a last performance. You know what I mean? People call me names all they want. That's the last thing that came out. So until I get in that ring and knock somebody's head to block off, it's going to be constant talking. But guess what? When they go on social media, when they go do the interviews, but none of them will come to my damn face. God, knock your block off.
Yeah.